Hello everyone, my name is Priyanka Chauhan and my coordinator names are Samir Chappal and Pramod Chauhan. We are the student of Shivajirao Zondhe College of Pharmacy, Asangaon, studying in final year B Pharm. We prepare this presentation on the project topic Dietary Supplement Capsule containing beetroot and carrot powder under the guidance of Dr. Manisha Nangude ma'am. She is the head of department and associate professor of our college. Here we can see the index in which all the topics are covered. Abstract, introduction, literature review, plan of work, material and methods, results, conclusion, and lastly the references. So, we can see one by one. Abstract. The term nutraceutical is a hybrid of nutrition and pharmaceutical. Reportedly, it was coined in 1989 by D. Felice, chairperson of the Foundation for Innovation in Medicine. It is applied to the products that are isolated from herbal source and serve as a dietary supplements. The idea of using phytocompounds in combination results in a dramatic synergism even at low concentration. The beetroot is the taproot portion of wheat plant, usually known in North America as beet, while the vegetable is referred to as the beetroot in British English, and also known as the table beet, garden beet, red beet, dinner beet or golden beet. Carrot are multi-nutritional and multifunctional root vegetable rich in natural phytochemicals which are recognized for their nutraceutical effects and health. The keywords mentioned in this are nutraceuticals, beetroot carrot, iron rich, HPLC, UV spectroscopy, chromatography, bioavailability and purity. Here we can see the concept of nutraceuticals. So the nutraceutical combines with the two words nutrients and pharmaceuticals. So nutrients, which is nourishing food components, and pharmaceutical, which means the medicinal drug or medical drug. Nutraceutical products can be considered non-specific biological therapies used to promote the general well-being, control the symptoms and prevent the malignant processes. The philosophy behind the nutraceutical is to focus on the prevention, according to saying by Greek physician Hippocrates, who is known as the father of medicines, who said that let food be your medicines. So let's move to the further part, beetroot. So in this project, beetroot and carrot plays a functional role. So the beet is derived from the wild beet or sea beet, which grows on the coastal areas of Eurasia. Ancient Greeks called the beet as tutlion and use it for its leaves both as a culinary herb and medicinally. Beetroot consists of multiple biologically active phytochemicals including betanins. Examples of betanins are beta-cyanins and beta-xanthines, flavonoids, polyphenols, saponins, and inorganic nitrate. It is also a rich source of diverse minerals such as potassium, sodium, phosphorus, calcium, magnesium, copper, iron, zinc, and magnesium. Now, here we can see the scientific classification of beetroot. So, beetroot kingdom is Planta, division is Mangoliophyta, class is Mangolioseed, order is Chirophyllae, family is Chenopodiaceae, genus is Beta, and species is vulgaris. The binomial name of the beetroot is Beta vulgaris. So next is the carrot. So as we all know that carrot is one of the most consumed root vegetable worldwide. Moreover, carrot is functional food because it provides a significant amount of various nutraceuticals, including the carotenoids, dietary fibers, and phenolic. Carrot is a biennial plant in the umbelliferae from family Apiaceae. Here we can see the scientific classification of the carrot are given. So carrot belonging to the kingdom Planta, division Tracheophyta, class Mangoliopsid, order Apiales, family Apiaceae, genus Dosis, species D. carota. The binomial name of the carrot is Dosis carota. So moving to the next part is the plan of work. So here we mention some steps, procedures of our work. Firstly, the literature review. Then we can see the selection of fluid or entity, Then extraction procedures, identification, formulation of capsule, and lastly is the bioanalytical test. So we can see all these one by one. So literature review. So here we mention some articles from which we had take the information for our project. Next part is the materials and methods. Which type of materials we have used and also the methods. So first is the thin layer chromatography. Second one is the UV visible spectrometry. Third one is the HPLC, means high performance liquid chromatography. And last one is the formulation of capsule. So we can see one by one. The first technique is the thin layer chromatography. So thin layer chromatography is a technique used to isolate non-volatile mixtures. The experiment is conducted on the sheet of aluminum foil, plastic or glass, which is coated with the thin layer of absorbent material. Materials generally used is aluminum oxide, cellulose or silica gel. TLC is depend on the separation principle. The separation relies on the relative affinity of the compound towards the both phases. TLC is widely used by many industries and research fields, including pharmaceuticals, clinical testing, environmental toxicology, food, water and pesticide analysis, and cosmetics. Retention factor or RF value. Retardation or retention factor value is the ratio of distance traveled by the analyte to that of the solvent front on a chromatogram. The chromatographic technique in which the analytes are added to stationary phase show a difference in the moment of an analyte with the mobile solvent. This difference is due to the relative affinities of analyte with the stationary phase and mobile phase. The more relative affinity with the stationary phase of an analyte has, the more it will stay in the place and lesser the RF will get and vice versa. Here we see the requirements of TLC and that are given below. We use the stationary phase as silica gel and mobile phase as acetic acid and water and ethanol. Here we see the steps for TLC. So firstly we have to prepare the TLC glass slide using the silica gel, means silica powder plus water. Then secondly prepare the solvent media, that is the mobile phase, and kept it aside for chamber saturation. Then thirdly the mobile phase is made as per the ratio acetic acid, water, ethanol as per the ratio, that is 7:2:4. Then prepare the exact for spotting on the silica slide. Then at the 1 cm above edge on slide, spots are given using the capillary tube. After the spots are given, the slide is kept inside the mobile phase chamber for running. Then the mobile phase is allowed to run on slide till it reaches up to 80 to 95% of length, and then it removed from the chamber. After the slide is removed, total run of mobile phase is checked and distance of spot from original position is noted down. After the readings are obtained, the RF value is calculated for each spot using the formula. Here you can see the exact procedure of the TLC plate, saturation chamber and running phase. Next method is the UV visible spectrometry. UV visible spectroscopy or spectrometry is a quantitative technique used to measure how much a chemical substance absorbs light. The aim of our testing is to determine the lambda max of betanin and beta-carotene using UV visible spectroscopy. UV visible range for this test was taken from 200 nanometer to 800 nanometer. The requirements are given below. Apparatus are used, that is volumetric flask, syringe filter. Chemicals are beetroot extract, carrot extract means powder, methanol. Machines are UV visible spectrometer and sonometer. This is the UV visible spectrometer of our college. And we have done our testing on this UV visible spectrometer. So these are the procedures to determine the lambda max of betanin and beta-carotene. So firstly we see for the beetroot extract. Dissolve 75 mg of beetroot extract containing betanin as a main component in 100 ml of methanol in 100 ml of volumetric flask with the sonication. Filter the solution through 0.45 μ syringe filter. scan the resulting solution in UV visible spectrometry from 200 nanometer to 800 nanometer using methanol as a blank. Then for second, for carrot root extract for beta carotene, dissolve 75 mg of carrot root extract containing beta carotene as a main component in 100 ml of methanol in 100 ml of volumetric flask with the sonication. Filter the solution through 0.45 mu syringe filter. Scan the resulting solution in UV visible spectrophotometry from 200 nanometer to 800 nanometer using the methanol as a blank. Then the third technique is the HPLC, means high performance liquid chromatography. So high performance liquid chromatography, formerly referred to as a high pressure liquid chromatography, and it is a technique in analytical chemistry used to separate, identify and quantify each component in a mixture. HPLC is a type of liquid chromatography and it is having high resolution and separating capacity. It is important for determination of volatile and non-volatile compounds as well as quantitative and qualitative analysis. So this is the chromatographic conditions for testing. So column are used insertile ODS 3VC18 to 50 into 4.6 mm 5 mu. Then column temperature is 30 degrees Celsius. Detector are 535 nanometer for betaine and 447 nanometer for beta carotene. Flow rate is 1.0 ml per minute. Injection volume is 20 mu liter. Run time is 50 minutes and diluents are used as methanol. Then this is the preparation for mobile phase for HPLC. So firstly we have to prepare the buffer solution. So wet and transfer about 2.2 gram of 1-octane sulfonic acid sodium salt monohydrate and 0.3 gram of sodium acetate into 100 ml of milli-cube water. Mix and adjust the pH to 3.8 with glacial acetic acid. Filter through 0.45 mu membrane filter. Then secondly, prepare the mobile phase. So prepare a degas mixture of buffer solution and acetonitrile in the ratio of 70 to 30 volume per volume. Then second one is the preparation of standard solution. So weigh accurately about 75.20 mg of betaine, means the beetroot extract, and 75.10 mg of beta carotene, means the carrot root extract, and transfer into 100 ml of volumetric flask. Add about 70 ml of diluent and sonicate to dissolve. Cool to the room temperature and dilute to volume with diluent and mix well. Then third one is the preparation of sample solution. So for that, transfer the content of NLT 10 capsules into the mortar and pestle and crush into the fine powder. Weigh and transfer the sample equivalent to 75 mg of betaine into 100 ml of volumetric flask. Add about 70 ml of diluent and sonicate to dissolve. Cool the room temperature and dilute to volume with diluent and mix well. Filter the solution through 0.45 mu syringe filter and inject into the HPLC system. Let's see the formulation of capsule. This is the major process. So here you can see the empty capsules. We use capsule size 0 having capacity minimum 300 mg and maximum 430 mg. So also you can see one table, that is the capsule formulary or formulation or the formula for the capsule filling. So here you can see the quantity and ingredients. So beetroot powder and carrot powder are the extract. The extract 1 and extract 2 are measured and take same quantity, that is 75 mg and 75 mg. Then microcrystalline cellulose pH 102 100 mg, lactose monohydrate 100 mg, sodium starch glycolate 20 mg, talc 3 mg and magnesium stearate 2 mg. Procedure of capsule filling. This is the most important procedure. So here you can see these three steps. Firstly, we have to add plant extract, means the carrot powder and beetroot powder. In that, macrocrystalline cellulose also added. Then lactose monohydrate also added. Sodium starch glycolate and talc. Mix well, and after that mixing, we have to pass this through sieve number 16. Then in step 2, we have to add magnesium stearate. We have to add magnesium stearate later because it is a lubricant and it has high melting point and also it is chemically stable. After mixing it for 5 minutes, it take for rest. In the third step, we have to fill the powder in the capsule size 0 using the hand or manual capsule filling machine. So here you clearly see the process in the form of images that how we fill the capsule. So firstly the beetroot powder and carrot powder and in these excipients are added. It mixed properly into the mortar and pestle. In this stage you can clearly see that we use the manual capsule filling machine or hand capsule filling machine. So firstly, place the empty capsules onto the loading tray and place the tray on the machine. Check the front knob and it should be turned to the right. Then pull locking lever forward. Push down long handle which will lift the caps of all bodies. Set aside the tray containing all the caps. Push locking lever back by which capsule bodies will drop down and become level with filling surface. Then place the powder tray on filler. Keep powder from spilling. Pour and spread the pre-measured powder. Move extra powder onto powder tray shelf. Lower temper and lock. Turn the handle to compress the powder. This allows you to fill more powder in each capsule. Then raise the temper and spread extra powder from shelf into the capsule. That ensures the uniform fill weight. Return the tray containing caps to filler. Turn front knob to the left and lower locking plate. Engage lock for locking plate. After that, hold temper handle and push down on long handle. Then the bodies are pushed up into the caps and all the capsules are now locked into one step. Disengage lock for locking plate. Lift locking plate and turn front knob to the right. After that, push down long handle and remove the tray of complete capsules. When capsules are filled now, you can turn tray and all the capsules will get out from the tray. Here we use 2.5 tons. The pressure applied for filling is 2.5 tons. You can see the capsules are filled correctly. After that, you have to store the capsules into the polythene bag. Here we give in the results. So first, we have to see the results of thin layer chromatography. The standard retardation values of phytocomponents are specified by the researchers with various books. Using that data, the following results were obtained. RF value is the distance moved by analyte to that of the distance moved by the solvent. So, we found the result of betanin is that the standard RF value for the betanin is from 0.5 to 0.7. See, total run is 5.5, spot 1 is 3.8 and spot 2 is 2.9. So, the standard RF value for the betanin is 0.5 to 0.7. Here you can see the exact calculation for the RF value of spot 1 and spot 2. Hence, the RF value of betanin component matches with the standard values, that is 0.5 is red color of betanin and also 0.6 represents the yellow color of betanin. So, you can see in this image clearly. Here two spots are given. You can see. Further is the beta carotene. So standard RF value for betanin is from 0.9. So the total run is 6.7. Spot 1 is the 6.5. Here we use only one spot. So RF value for spot 1 is 6.5 divided by 6.7. That is the 0.9. Therefore the RF value of the spot is 0.9. Hence the RF value of beta carotene matches with the standard values and it is 0.9. Now we see the results of UV visible spectroscopy for absorbance of betanin and for absorbance of beta carotene. So here we see the result obtained by UV spectroscopy are given below. So from this graph you can see the maximum absorbance of betanin was found at 535 nanometer. From this graph you can see that the absorbance of beta carotene, the maximum absorbance of beta carotene was found at 447 nanometer. Next one is the results of high performance liquid chromatography. So here you can see the vertical axis, y-axis, it represents the MAU. MAU means what? The milliabsorbance unit, which indicates the absorption of analytes and also used to determine the concentration of analyte. And horizontal axis means the x-axis, it represents the retention time. Retention time is the time between the injection of analyte to the detection of analyte. Then the computer software can automatically calculate this area of P. So from this, we can see that the betaine at 535 nanometer, it covers the area 41821010. Here we can see the standard area and sample area of betaine calculated automatically by the computer software. So standard area is 41821010 and sample area is 4098451. So you can see the calculation here. In this way, you can put the standard area and sample area value in this formula and get the content of betaine and percentage level amount. So where 80 is the area of betaine peak in the chromatogram of sample solution. AS is the average area of 5 replicate injections for betaine peak in the chromatogram of standard solution. DS is the dilution factor for betaine standard solution divided by dilution. DT is the dilution factor of sample solution. Weight of sample divided by dilution. P is the potency of betaine working standards as I is basis. W is the average field weight of capsule in mg. So putting this value, standard area and sample area values in this formula, so we can get this 73.6974 mg of content of betaine in mg and 98.2% label amount. From this graph, we find the beta carotene at 447 nanometer. So this graph contains the standard area of beta carotene in 132041 and sample area is 131018. The calculation for the beta carotene in mg is putting the values of standard area and sample area into the formula. We get 74.5181 mg content of beta carotene and 99.4% labeled amount. In this way, using HPLC, we determine the purity of the sample and how much it contained the drug. So we can perfectly test the purity of our sample with the help of this software. So these are the conclusion of our project. So first, thin layer chromatography. So RF value of betaine is 0.5 and RF value of beta carotene is 0.9. Then second, UV visible spectroscopy. So for betaine absorbance value 535 nanometer and for beta carotene absorbance value is 447 nanometer. HPLC, content of betaine in mg is 73.6974 mg and percentage label amount is 98.2%. Then content of beta carotene in mg is 74.5181 mg and percentage label amount is 99.4%. So as we can see, the results obtained from the test performed were accurate and qualified, or means what match with the standard values earlier mentioned in the books and by the researchers in their research. Capsules produced were successfully stored and all the procedures were performed as per the instructions mentioned in the books. Through UV spectroscopy and HPLC analysis, it is confirmed that the drug is high in purity and the drug is achieved high bioavailability value in the system. So in this way, we had completed our project. So these are some references used in our project. Thank you so much. Please like and subscribe. The notes, question and answers and MCQ links are given in the description box. Please check. Thank you.